figured bring some rock and roll variants.
Yeah. No, that's cool.
It's a cool guitar. Plays and sounds good. How'd your PRS turn out?
Really good.
It's really good?
Actually, I'm really surprised.
Oh, that's great.
I've never been a PRS guy.
Right? Me either. But now I'm starting to be.
Well, I just had to find the right one. It's just like I was never a Strat guy until I found the right one.
Yep.
So it's actually really good.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised. I got to tell you, I can't express how surprised I am because I've never found one that I thought they're okay. But I always gravitate right back to the Les Paul.
I know.
That's where I fall. But the single cut version, and it needs nothing.
It needs nothing.
That's the cool part, because I'm always suspicious on the pickups and whatever. It's actually out of the gate. It's really, really good.
I felt the same way with that gold top. I was just in shock how great it sounded on stage. Right. And that's usually that's a tester, right?
Because
you put it on stage and you're going to know
you're in the live environment. Yeah. And without a net. So.
There's no lying, right? Because if you don't like it, you get rid of it fast.
Yeah, sure.
Because you're like, this ain't working.
It ain't working. Right. So it's pretty well. It is the SE version. It's the Bernie Marston.
Yeah.
Which he was in the area. So this one is odd.
Cool.
So it's a 14. I saw it before. And it disappeared for about 2 years, and then when it popped back up, I thought, you know what, I need to get this guitar. Because if not, if it's not my thing, I'll just sell it again. It's okay.
Yeah.
But actually, it's cool. He was here in town, and then he signed the guitar, and then there's a whole sheet about the authenticity or whatever. But the cool part is that version actually has the USA pickups in it.
Wow.
So, and not that the other ones would be bad.
Yeah.
I just think, you know what? There was some thought put into this. This was an affordable guitar. The thing is incredibly mint, and it sounds really good. And there's not many guitars that I think it needs this or that, just a little bit.
Yeah.
So the only thing it may need, it has more relief in the neck than I'd prefer.
Yeah.
But that's subjective to the player. But sound-wise, playability, functionality, the aesthetics, everything just checks all the boxes that I like. So I'm happy.
How cool is that?
Yeah, it's an inexpensive guitar, so I'm really happy with that.
Yeah, that's fantastic when that happens, and that don't happen often,
No, normally you got to go, you know what, and I've told people years ago for the last, I'm going to say, I would date myself, 40-some years, that if you want to sound pro, you got to play pro equipment. I mean, it's that simple.
It is that simple.
You're going to struggle. Your instrument or your equipment should not be your barrier. Unfortunately, there's times where it's going to be.
Yep.
But your end goal is, don't let your equipment be your limitation.
That's right.
So that instrument is definitely, regardless of the level, I'll bring you up to try it.
I can't wait. Yeah.
And then because your playing ability, you'll know right away. But for me, it's just checks all the boxes. I think it's a great guitar. The value for the money was incredible. Plus, it has the bonus of being signed by the guy that was actually
beat that either, right?
And then I saw the story of how him and Paul actually met. In Germany. It's a whole backstory on how this guitar came to be, and then another story on why he chose the SE version rather than the US version.
Okay,
so we'll get into it when we get the guitar in here sometime with the rest of the story.
We're definitely gonna have to demo that out,
Yeah, you'll be surprised because it really was an awakening. So what we're here for really is this amp. So it's probably best that you recap what it is, because the functions of this.
Yep.
I just know that it has a clean channel and a dirty channel plus and a master, but you're going to know more of the specifics of what we've done already and where we're going to pick up.
Yeah, very good. So Victory MK Overdrive. By the way, we are the Tom and Trey Show.
Yeah.
I'm Trey.
And I'm Tom.
And we are here demoing the MK Overdrive by Victory, which is Martin Kidd's most exclusive, their top tier amplifier.
It's the flagship. I mean, everything else is basically, I bet there's things in this they've learned that they'll incorporate in the other amps down the road.
Did you see they just released the Duchess too? And that's why.
I watched Martin's version, and then I watched Mick from that pedal show's version. They were on Andertons, and as soon as it pops up, in your feed. So it was really, really cool to see. Plus, it sounds really good.
It sounds great, right?
Yeah.
He learned something magical with the clean channel. That's what I think they figured out through this process, right? Because the Duchess was already good, but I think they deep dived it and got it that extra like 2 rock.
So I got to tell you though, this was the part that I've believed this for years.
Yeah.
But I'm one of the few, I think. But that amp is EL34.
Oh wow!
So
didn't know that.
Stevie Ray was a fan of the Marshall for the Cleans.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah. So
it's
an EL, and they've tried, because even Lee Anderton makes a comment about, you know, it's been tried with 6L6s. We just didn't get that sound we're looking for.
Yeah.
So EL34s it is, and they happen to be my favorite tube. So
yeah, so it works.
Cool. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all great. Don't get me wrong, but I associate British amps with EL34s,
definitely,
and American amps with 6L6s, and I think that's that mindset that Lee was referring to. So anyhow, sidetrack.
Yeah,
go ahead, brother.
No, it's good. It's good. So this amp has a clean voice with an extra clean voice switch that goes more like Voxy, I would say, right?
Gotcha.
And then it also has a gain 1 and a gain 2, and they're, you know, drastically different levels of gain, but you can get a lot from gain 1. And so why don't I just recap gain 1?
Hit gain 1,
and then
spool it up.
Yep, that way they can hear it, and we'll start it low and just let them hear how that sounds quick.
You might as well tell what the guitar it is too.
Yeah, so this is a Suhr OSO. This is a beautiful guitar that Suhr makes now, and this is basically their Les Paul variant. So this is, you know, Indian rosewood fretboard, mahogany neck, mahogany body.
Gotcha.
But with the hardtail here, string through the body, you know.
A string through with a, okay, I was looking at the bridge assembly. Okay, cool.
Yep. So it's kind of like a Les Paul. And, you know, this is like almost like a Telecaster, too, how it goes through the body.
Right, string through.
Yeah. But, yeah, it is beautiful. Like, what a great job they did with that guitar.
So what's the scale length of that?
24 and
okay, right on.
Gibson scale length.
Good.
Yep, and then 3 on each side tuner headstock.
Yep.
So they did a fabulous job on this guitar. It, you know, checks all the boxes, as they say.
Yeah,
it's just gorgeous, you know?
No, and you were playing it earlier before we turned the camera on, and it's throaty. It's got a great, it has the sound, you know?
Right. So, yeah, so we'll start here. Let me just check the levels quick. Okay. We can boost this up a little bit.
Yep.
So this is gain 1, but the level of the gain way down, right? So, and it's so bluesy, right?
It is.
And that's the neck pickup too, right?
Gotcha.
Now, as I spool this gain up, now we're about halfway. Really nice chiminess to that amp.
Yeah, it sure is.
Yeah. Right, hit it with the bridge a little. This is all set right. Now I'm going to boost this up and really start getting it working now. Because I believe these are a little lower output pickups,
right?
Which are supposed to be more like a Les Paul special. Or,
well, it's like it has clarity to it for sure. I can hear the clarity right away in the guitar,
right?
Which is good. There's definitely note separation when you're playing. When you're you know, it's yeah, it sounds really good.
I will say he is legit for sure that way. Something I'm always impressed with Suhr is that when you get a guitar from them, it's right out of the gate.
Right.
Like he makes it so it's gig ready the moment you touch it, and that's rare for companies. Usually, I got to tweak them, mess around with them.
Agreed. Even at their price point, there's so many that they still need something when you get them. So no, it's awesome.
Yeah, so it has a great sound. So as we boost the gain, now we're getting into a little chunkier territory. So there's a lot of range there, right?
Now, was that pegged out on gain 1?
Not completely. That was like 2 or 3 o'clock.
Okay.
So you still got a little room. Here, I'll peg it out.
I was going to say, full throttle.
Might as well go full throttle, right?
Yeah. That's the sound right there.
That's it,
that is it. That's the sound. That's the voice of rock.
That's
so
the
really,
Holy Grail.
Martin Kidd this should be captured as the voice of rock, because that was it right there.
Right? You hear it immediately, man. When I plug into that, it's such a feeling too. I get stoned from it.
Right.
It makes me feel so good. It's such a natural high.
That was really, really, that's a good tone. I'm hoping, so I know it's hard, and we're learning, and actually it's really Trey that's doing this. I show up and we talk, but he puts this is all his equipment trying to make this happen, and thankfully Chad gives us opportunity to utilize this space. So all the cards come together, but I really have limited input on what we're actually capturing. So I know you have a 57, and then you have that Roar 121.
Yep, that's right.
Okay, so that's supposed to be like the industry standard, but I'm really hoping that we do. The whole goal is to capture what we hear in this room. And I have to tell you, what I hear is absolutely incredible sounding. Yeah. So I don't know how it translates. It depends what you're listening to. But I wish we could just fill up this hall with people to hear this.
I know it.
That's the true test. The true test, or the true experience, is you got to hear this amp in person. I mean, I hate to say that. We're going to get what we can get, but that is true.
It's true. It's so hard to capture something that intense on a phone.
Right, because we have room space, we have all these factors that we're trying to, neither of us are sound engineers.
That's right.
We're just doing our best to do what we do. But and actually you're doing the best to do what we do.
Yeah, it's a lot to figure out. You know, I did get a comment, Rick was wondering how it sounded at low volumes, and it's a little tricky to get it to completely translate. But what I'm going to do is just turn it down and let him hear how the gain.
Right.
I mean, that's pretty quiet for it sounding that good.
Yeah. And that's always a trick as well, because on a lot of amps, especially the early Marshalls when they first introduced their master volume, that master volume also, you may have cranked your preamp gain full up, but your master then tailors that off at low volume. You have to find that sweet spot to what you can tolerate to get the tone you're looking for. So to be able to capture that gain and keep it as it decreases the volume is once again a testament to the master.
And you know, the first
master builder, not the master control.
Yeah, exactly. Yep, Martin Kidd. And I'll tell you where I noticed it was, I had some big gigs where I was outdoors and I had it full tilt, and then I had a couple gigs where I had to be quiet. And I was worried about it because I was like,
these have to breathe normally.
That's
so you
normal,
spool them up, right?
And that was the first thing everybody said, was like, wow, it sounds like it does when you're loud. Like, how is that possible? You know? And my bass player said it too. He's just like, that's strange. It sounds really good low volume. You know?
And I apologize for, we're going to hold some of this up by our talking, but so I brought it up briefly. I'm going to bring it up again, that I watched the Anderson's version with Greg or Chapman on there, and they were utilizing this amp in a pea green color.
Yeah, that's right.
But his comments are worth listening to as well. So if there's more, from what we cover, if there's more interest in this amp, I'd really direct them to the Andersons, because I think we're going to be honest with you, a little more thorough. But it's cool to hear their opinion as well.
Of course. And those guys are good dudes and long industry standard pros.
Yes. And he has a comment that pretty much seals this amp up, you know, so it's pretty cool.
Oh, yeah. I can't wait to watch it.
I know, you got to watch it. And if anybody hears that comment, post it in the comments. Because that way we know you watched it. But it's really, depending on your interest level, you know, I'm so blown away by this.
I am too. I'm so in shock, and more in shock every time we come in and mess with it, because, you know, when you get something like this, your dream is for it to check all the boxes. Very rarely does that happen.
No, exactly, and that's why I stay simplistically. I like plexis because it's a pretty simple amp, and I can, with very little effort, I can find the tone. You know why? Because the tone controls do absolutely hardly anything.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So there's not a lot of variance. It's just turn it up.
Yeah, yeah,
you know?
yeah.
So, and there's not a lot of decision to figure out to get a good tone out of one of those. The newer ones I can't speak to, but the older ones, they just do their thing.
Yep.
So this really blows me away because the wide array of sound, from clean to the cleanest clean to the dirtiest dirty, is in one box.
It's crazy, isn't it? I'm in shock too. There's just so many sounds under the hood. I mean, every time when I'm messing with it at home, you know, it's hard pressed to pull a different amp up because I'm like,
well, okay, so that's my thought last week. It's funny you say that, Trey. So I'm thinking, and I was talking to my smarter half, and I said, you know, we're demoing what I would consider the world's greatest amp.
Yeah.
So what else we got to show?
Exactly, right? Like, what else can you show past this? Because it is really tricky. Like, when I tried the diesel, I was like, well, can my Victory do sounds like that? Yeah, it can.
Yeah, I agree.
Like,
that's the thing. I thought, well, so some of the stuff we'll do for nostalgia purposes, but I hate to say it, but we put the best one first.
I know we did.
Rather than working up to it.
I know, we should have worked up to it. I'm
sorry.
I know.
It's just, it's the truth of the matter.
It is.
So, and it's, oh well. So if you want to know, you know, we're going to do other sounds, of course. And in each amp, maybe you ought to get one of these sounds.
Yeah, that's the big one, right? Like, that's the thing. It's like, you're paying this big price point, but you have every great amp in that box.
It's so true. And I know we're saying that, and there may be skeptics, but I'm telling you. And I've started working on amps, not this is not about me, but my amp experiences, I started working on them in 1993. Telling you, hands down, this is the best amp I've ever heard.
Exactly. I'm so in shock because me and my good friend Dan, really nice guy, we went through like a bunch of amps trying to find, is there one that we haven't heard yet that is Holy Grail?
Right.
And we went through them all. Diesels, Bogners, Soldanos.
Well, you have your Marshall 2555 over there, the 100-watt
great
Jubilee
amp too.
And that's not a reissue, that's the original.
Yeah.
But that sound is in here.
That's the thing. Right. That's what's crazy. Everything and the big one for me is that when I show up to a gig, I'm always having to make a sacrifice. So if I want a great rock sound for a rock band, I typically can't get a good clean sound. I mean, it's going to be okay, but it's not going to be like a Twin or a, you know, but you know, a flick of a switch and really a foot switch, right? And then you have all these Fender-esque. I mean, that's crazy.
That's the other crazy part, and we are way off track. But the other crazy part is they make the MK clean. I can't imagine it.
I can't imagine it either, because if anything's better than that, that's why. I mean, I'm gonna get one of it.
I agree. I gotta do. I would have to know too.
I'm so curious.
I'd have to know.
And plus, wouldn't it look cool?
Yeah,
with those two side by side on stage.
That would be that would be pretty epic.
Even though I don't need it, but it would look so cool.
Well, okay, we're guitar players, really, and I'm not a good guitar player at all. But it isn't about a need thing. It's just what's cool is cool.
That's what I want.
So anyhow, let's go to Overdrive 2, man. We'll keep this rolling.
Yeah. So here we're gonna start it at like 9 o'clock low, right, and listen to this thing breathe some fire. So again, these are lower output pickups, so we might get to a higher output pickup so they can hear it too. That's insanity. Let me see if I'm clipping it. No, I think we're good. Yeah. So.
Now, once again, we're in the high gain setting. This is always worth pointing out. And that amp is totally quiet now that you roll your volume.
Listen to that.
Yeah. So if you listen to, and I love the EVH products very much so, But you listen to one of those on its red channel, yeah, oh yeah, it lets you know it's something breathing in there.
It sure
and,
is.
And every other amp that's high gain, and remember the original PV5150s, man, they were a hiss monster.
Oh, they were.
If you weren't playing it, it was pretty crazy.
Better get a noise gate.
Yeah.
You know, all my friends that play those amps, even though they sound great,
when they're being played, they sound great.
They need a noise gate though.
Yeah,
every one of my friends has.
It's horrible. I hate to say that, but that's that technology of the day. But even now,
they were figuring it out, right?
Yeah, but even now, a lot of new amps are still really hissy on the high gain side.
You're right.
And that one is quiet.
I mean, that's so quiet. Yeah. It doesn't even sound like it's on. It's kind of crazy because when you hit it, you're like, oh wow, it's breathing
right. So
fire.
when you hit that, when this sound came out, this I'm thinking, yeah, that's how is that possible?
How is that possible?
I don't know, man. I think it's just magic.
He's a wizard, man.
He is.
He truly is a wizard. It's a, and that's again. Look at the gain. So you probably can't see this on camera, but the gain is at like 1 or 2 or 3.
Really? Well, we're gonna have to spool that up all the way.
Yeah,
within reason. We'll go. Let's go half or then 3/4.
So here's half, right?
Right. That's it. Now, once again, volume off.
That's nuts.
Ridiculously quiet.
Right? And it's great, like sometimes you have those riffs and songs where you got like...
Right.
And you want to cut it dead with the band.
Right. Yep.
And
yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah. Especially for the amount of gain that's being thrown to it right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm telling you, it's the world's greatest amp. And it's
the greatest one I've ever heard.
Yeah. I can't imagine. And there's a couple amp builders out there I like, but he's definitely the one.
Yeah. Plus, I like him too. You know.
Yeah.
He seems like a cool guy.
Yeah. So I was watching him play the Strat and stuff on the Dutchess video. The guy's awesome.
Yeah.
So good for him, man.
Yeah, that makes me happy too. You know, because I believe in him, and you know that's sometimes hard to find too. You know, well, just like your amp, like I can't wait to show them the Blues Breaker.
Yeah, yeah.
Because that amp is astonishing at what it does.
We're going to build another one.
I know.
That's the other amp went to Florida. So
yeah, I can't wait.
We have so many amps to build. My mind keeps going on things that we need to build.
It's going to be so much.
So yeah. So we'll get to them though after this guy.
Yeah, that's right.
So where are we at on gain now?
Halfway right now.
Halfway.
So.
Man, there's so many things that come to mind when you're playing that riff. For one, it sounds incredible.
Mm-hmm.
For one, the guitar has, I don't know which it is, that guitar has great note definition.
Clarity, right?
Yeah, man. And then your playing is also, it's all three of those combined. It's just made an incredible sound.
This guitar is special. I've been eyeballing these for...
Is this a recent?
Yeah, this is new. This came 2 days ago.
Yeah, it's a sickness.
I made a terrible decision.
Yeah.
It was glorious.
It was glorious. That's right.
I'm so happy I did now hearing it.
Yeah, right.
Because I was a little worried at first.
No, I love it.
I am worried.
I love it. I think it's awesome.
But you've been getting me more into the Gibson variants.
Yeah. It's two camps. There really is two camps. You know, everything boils down to the Gibson size and style, and then the Strat. So I'm kind of drifting the other way. Not too far out. I mean, that PRS definitely brought me back in line.
Yeah. But it helps to have that because, you know, I never got to be around somebody who knew a lot about it.
Yeah, right.
Because I just grew up around Strat players.
Yeah.
And that's what they played.
Right. So there you go. I'm the same way. So I can't say I grew up around Les Paul players, but all the music that was created that I really liked was made on Les Paul.
Yeah.
From the first time I heard, I was in my aunt's Volkswagen Bug.
Wow.
And they even had one little speaker in the dash.
Yeah.
And Free came on All Right Now when it was out, so that dates me a little bit. And I thought, man, what is that?
That's the greatest.
That is the greatest rock riff ever recorded.
That's the greatest rock. Yeah. That's so cool.
Yeah,
what is it? How does it go? Da da da. Is that the one?
Yeah.
Which one is that? I'm trying to
Let
remember.
me see it, man.
Yeah, you know it, right?
Do you mind?
Yeah, no, not at all. I can't remember it. Now I know what you're talking about.
That basic riff. But
yeah,
it is.
That's such a good one.
Yeah, that's voice rock, man. So, yeah, that's what said it. So then,
was that Paul? Is it Paul Rogers saying that?
It is.
I thought it was Paul Rogers. It sounds like him.
Yeah.
I always wondered if that was him.
Yeah. So it's all right. He's on it. Good stuff. So either way, that's what threw me on the Les Paul chain.
Yeah.
And been there
which should, it has this gut to it. That you can, I think it's because it's also the short scale that gives it this like snappiness to it. I don't even know what does that, but it when I hit chords like that, it's like this. It throws it up on me.
Yeah, yeah.
That's all I know to think to call it, but because of that snap, I guess because it's looser or something.
I don't really know. I think it's the total package. We have the scale length, and then we also have the pickup combination
and the mahogany.
Yeah, right.
Because a lot of guitars are mahogany neck and body, right?
Right.
So that must add a certain throatiness to it.
Yeah, it's interesting. I why they did that. I mean, why Gibson's chose those, I don't know. I think that's just one of the furniture quality materials.
They wanted to look pretty too, probably, right?
Yeah,
and they knew that those two combinations would have a.
Well, at first they didn't want nobody to know. That's why they painted the gold tops gold.
Oh, I didn't know that. Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah. Huh. There was a deep conversation between Les Paul and Gibson about that. So, because they knew that contributed to the sound of the guitar,
and they wanted to hide it.
They did want to hide it. Well, that is the true story. So,
wow, that's so cool.
Interesting stuff. And then in '58, they thought, you know what, we're going to start making flame tops or the sunburst finishes.
Yeah.
So.
And I'm glad they did because they're beautiful,
They are.
I love gold tops though too.
Yeah, I do too. It's interesting that some gold tops will actually have the flame maple underneath.
That's wild, right?
Yeah. So
2 of each, I think. That's what we need of everything.
2 of each. Yeah. You know what? I have that addiction. I have those problems. So, but let me know when you get 2 overdrives.
yeah, exactly.
So, but no, it is kind of funny how that works out. Either way, it's all good. But that thing does sound great.
Right.
And I apologize in advance for my playing. I haven't played in a long time.
Oh, man, it's totally cool. I couldn't remember the riff, and I knew it. I've heard it a million times.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that goes to that D chord, right?
Yeah. So, great stuff. Everything that guy did, I really liked. So it was a tragedy that he passed. But he had an impact that still goes on today. Somewhere in the world, there's a kid learning that riff.
Guaranteed. Yeah.
So
that's amazing.
The good rock is timeless.
It is timeless.
Some rock is not.
Yep.
And that's to me is this stuff made from like 84 to 90. That stuff has it stays in that block.
Yep, I know exactly what you mean.
But prior to that, it's timeless,
Yeah, there is something special, Every time I hear those riffs, there's just something about them. Even the Journey stuff, too, I love, too.
Oh, my goodness, yeah.
Those riffs
was incredible.
Awesome. Man, that stuff is so cool.
Yeah.
And there's a little chord variations. Yeah, it's just the way they sounded.
Yeah.
And the way those old amps kicked them out, because they're, I think that's something that people don't really think about a lot, but is a big part of it, right? Is those amps, it was like they were struggling to make those thirds and stuff work.
Right.
So those harmonies were like dissonance was causing that to move a speaker a different way, right?
Yeah.
'Cause you can hear that separation in there.
Yeah, right on.
It's such a cool sound. And it may be hard to capture it, but there's like a low note that drops too.
Yes.
Cool,
It is cool, man. comes through. I really do.
I
Hope
do
that
too.
comes through. It's us, man. This is a wicked combination. So good choice. Congratulations on that exceptional
Yeah,
guitar,
I
man.
thought about it over and over, and I had been eyeballing this guitar for over a year now. And the reason I wanted it so bad when it came out, and I actually wanted another color, but the more I bought them, the other ones had trims, and I was like, I don't want a trim.
Right, hardtails on that. Absolutely.
This is a rock and roll guitar.
Yeah, man.
And that's what I want it to be. And so the more I looked at the chair, I was like, actually, I really like it now. I think it looks so sharp, and the clay dots.
Yeah.
And if you notice, look how he did. Look how there's no fret tangs.
Right.
So they cut. I guess they cut the tangs short so that you don't feel them at all.
Right.
I mean, that's just clever.
Yeah. That's interesting. Can I look at that real quick?
Yeah, the fit and finish is so good.
Oh, well, absolutely. Everything they do is like that.
So
I mean, I get it. When you told me about, I wasn't exposed to these until yourself, until you showed me these things. And it's the fine details. And the details are so fine. I wouldn't have noticed that if you didn't say that.
Yeah.
I'd have to hang for it, be with it a while, and then go, wow, where's this fret slot?
Yeah.
So, but those are what makes the difference. I mean, sometimes it costs a little more to get those minute differences, but it's worth it in the end.
And then they routed that out to sit it lower into the body.
Yeah. And you have to. If the neck is put in straight, you don't have enough neck angle. I've actually done that.
Really?
Yeah. Recessed the ABR 1-style bridges so you can have a bolt-on neck with really a straight angle with the body.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's awesome, man. It's really cool. And it's like I said, sometimes you got to pay a little more, but you're getting
a life guitar.
Yeah.
That's the big one, right? Like,
and it's a nice weight.
It's a great weight. I was so impressed with it. It came with this really, you could have opted for a hard shell, but I actually wanted the Pro bag because that's what I use most of the time.
Yeah. Right.
And man, you'll see the bag. It's so nice.
And an interesting thing, I've always said this as well, and I do believe this, and this is what you're paying for here, is the last 10% of doing pretty much anything is 90% of the work.
You're right.
It really is.
So true.
I've done a lot of things, and when you get that final push, that's where 90% of your time is there. So you're paying for that last 10% difference, but understand it took 90% of the work to get there.
That's right.
So no, it's awesome. I'm happy for you, man. It's a beautiful guitar.
Yeah, that neck, and I mean, look at the fretboard too. I hope the camera picks up how rich and dark that fretboard is. But it's like black.
I know, it's killer.
It's so good.
And it's funny how like guitar players will start rating the fretboards,
right?
Because you're looking, because you know what lush is. And once you know that, and functionality, it does the same. It's rather the color, but it's that lushness that we're after.
Well, when I ordered it, I called the guy and I was like, is that the actual pictures of the guitar? Because so many of these sites use stock photos.
Yeah, no good.
And I said, I can't have that. I need to know that fretboard is rich.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, it's the one.
That's the one, man. Yeah, right on.
And the reason why I got it actually was because the first ones that come out, even though Suhr always makes great guitars.
Yeah, your other one's hanging right in the wings. Absolutely.
Yep, that Strat. But something about when guitar companies make that new model, that first time, because that's going to sell it for the rest of the time.
You've told me about that. That was a thought I never thought about. So you were saying that some manufacturers, to recap this in my best way to paraphrase, some manufacturers put their best effort into that first batch to get you on the hook.
That's right.
And then all the YouTubers and influencers out there, they promote this guitar, but then the other batches to follow may not be at that same level.
Now, and here's one thing
I hope that's not really true, but it sounds feasible.
Pretty true. But the thing I will say is that the nuts and bolts are still there. It's still good quality things, but the little fine details.
Yes, right. So
the last 10% that you're talking about,
might be overlooked for that second batch, and it would be something like their fret ends,
exactly,
things like that. Maybe the action isn't as low. Maybe you got to set up, a truss rod just when you get it, or some of that effect.
Like we'll do a video of it, but that Strat, the green one. So I want it pretty bad, and I took it down to Jeff, and I said, "Will you look at this for me?" He's like, "It's flawless." I was like,
so elaborate on the Strat, the seafoam green one that's hanging in there.
Like Fenders aren't like that.
So and so understand this place is an authorized Fender dealer, and there's a lot of Fenders hanging here. And you've played a lot of Fenders.
A lot of Fenders.
So,
and I love Fender. I mean, I'm a big time endorser of that product.
Yeah.
You know, but
yeah, I was just trying to elaborate on the credibility that when you say that. So you're saying that
that one,
vintage Lux, whatever, super duper Strat is dead nuts on.
It's nuts on. It's perfect.
That's incredible.
In fact, I wonder, do I have? Let me look at something real quick.
Yeah, man.
I don't know if I have it sitting. Nope, I don't. I was gonna pull it up just so they could see it quick, but it's not here. I thought it was. Well, it was in my case over there because I've been checking it out. You know.
Oh, really? So you have it with you?
Yeah.
No way.
But
so
I didn't grab it because you know sometimes I do that just to get a feel of see if they're right.
Sure.
Well, I have like 2 guys interested in it right now. I want it too, but a lot of times I'll let it go because I want the student to.
Sure.
To have a magic guitar.
Yeah, right on.
You know?
Yeah, if they fall in love with it, it's so hard to find that one.
That's the thing.
That's in all guitars, you know. That's in a lot of guitars. It's hard to find that one.
So, it's really hard to find that one.
You're saying that out of the gate. That's incredible. Because I saw that hanging the last time I was in. I was talking to Brenner, and I saw it. You told me about there was a seafoam green one. So when I saw it, I'm like, that must be the one.
That's the one. And the frets are perfect.
That's incredible.
Not a high fret on it, and the ends feel like butter. It's like they went the extra mile.
Well, that's a good testament to them. You know, that's awesome. Yeah, that's good for everybody to know. Don't be gun shy of this. The Fender Strat, the vintage Lux, whatever it's called.
Yeah, which a lot of times, you know, new ones they need love, is what I'll say.
Right.
So like I've had it before where I've got a guitar, and once Jeff has it, awesome.
Yeah.
But it needs a fret polish, needs the ends touched up.
Yeah.
And, you know, to their testament, right, the difference is these are 41 or, well, they're 38.94 or something plus tax.
I was going to ask you.
Right? Yeah. So it's expensive. But the vintage Lux is like 28. So it's an extra $1,000 for that 10%.
All right. Yeah.
I do think it's worth it though, and I think if Fender started doing that, and they were like, "Listen, we can offer it as this $28.99. You go do what you want with it."
Yeah.
Bare bones. Or we can have our magic guys.
Yeah.
Make it 10% better.
Yeah.
I'd pay $1,000 for that.
Sure.
Because the difference would be a life guitar.
Now, and so this conversation, those statements might seem kind of absurd to some people. They got to understand, though, you are a professional musician. This is how you make your living.
This is all I do.
So, and that goes back to the statement that I made that if you want to play pro, you got to play pro equipment. I mean, and so you have never, in recent times, let your equipment be your limitation.
Exactly.
And
right.
You know what? You can't afford to.
Yeah.
You have to perform. You have to teach. And you do a lot of things.
I do a lot of things.
This is your forte. So with that being said, no matter what industry you're in, you're going to get the top tier. If you're going to be good, you're going to get the top tier equipment needed to be successful in that industry.
Get the best tool you can for the job, right?
I was in aviation a long time, and I still have some incredible aviation tools, but you have to have them.
Yeah.
You can't not do the job without the right thing. So with that being said, it's understandable that someone at your level in music is going to have this type of gear.
Yeah.
You don't have time to struggle with something inferior. You want to be able to plug in and play.
Well, and especially at the studio or something, you know, to be able to dial up something, you know, so many guys will use all these modelers and stuff, and, you know, that's cool. But when you're on the fly and somebody's asking you for a sound, I need to be boom, 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 done.
Right.
Here it is.
And it's
Let's do the part.
Because, you know, there were some that thought that modeling stuff was going to take over the studio world, and it's not going to.
It's not going to,
because time is money.
Time is money,
and you don't have time to go click, 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 boom, boom.
Can't.
Let me try this way.
You can't. No way that you're going to be able to go into a sub menu.
No, you got to have instantaneous changes.
Instantaneous. Yeah. So, and a lot of times, you know, can I have a little more mid range on this, or can I take some of the bass out of that? And you got to be able to do it right the second.
Yeah. So with that being said, this doesn't need it, but some amps that use pedals, that's why pedals will never leave the earth.
Yeah.
You know, some think, oh, pedals are the wrong way. It's never going to happen because you need that. I would much rather look at individual things with 3 knobs that I can actually turn than one big thing that I have to go and push buttons and carry on and use screens. So not that I don't appreciate those, but in the environment, you need to be able to hit and run.
You got to do it quick.
So good stuff. All right, man. Back to the high gain.
Yeah. So we're at the halfway mark. Let me play it a little bit again.
Yeah, man. Crank it up,
and then we'll do more of it.
Golly, man, that sounds good.
It's crazy. So let's crank the gain.
You're such a bad influence. Golly, Trey.
That sounds good, doesn't it? Now we're going to go.
Your friend Rick said the one time I was there, he says, every time I talk to Trey, my wallet gets lighter. Or something to that effect.
Funny.
He said, it cost me money to talk to Trey. So, yeah, I can see that. We got a problem here, fellas.
Yeah. I think he's getting one of these, too.
Yeah.
So he's doing everything he can to, like, move stuff.
Yeah.
You know? I said, yeah, I'm a bad influence.
It makes sense, though, man. If you have a lot of gear, you just get one.
Yeah. Does everything. Now, this is the gain almost all the way up, and there's a little bit of noise. But this thing is breathing fire. Now.
Yeah, and with that being said, you know, I don't know. It's still not over our talking volume by any means.
Definitely not. It doesn't even look like it's registering on here.
No, it's not. So it'll be interesting to see how that comes out. Because there's been times I've heard older amps spooled up really hard. It's that loud.
It's almost as loud as you're playing. Yes. Right?
Well, as loud as you're talking or whatever. You can't really, the things like you got to hit standby.
Yeah, you're right.
Because it's annoying. Yeah.
Yeah, so listen to this.
Wow, man. And you know, the cool part is it still has the clarity.
It does. Even that distorted. Yeah. I can hear every note.
So,
right? And that's not even the, let me turn the mid-range and the presence up and let them hear that real quick. Because I was the presence down the whole time.
Really? Wow, interesting.
Here's the presence up.
Man, I'm telling you, Trey, it's wicked.
It's so good.
Jeez, man.
It's so good.
I'm getting poorer by the minute.
I know. Now, there is that voice switch. Let me go through that quick and see what that sounds like. So if I go, we're going to start, or here, I'll flip it up first so they can hear it. This is where I had it at 9 o'clock. Here's the switch down. Now I'm going to spool it to halfway, do the same thing. Switch down. Sounds so good.
It does, man.
and then 3/4 of the way up, switch up. And switch down.
Crazy good, man.
So good. So, and that is the high gain channel.
That is some serious gain. But it still has definition.
That's what I
still
can't get over.
Separation.
It still sounds great.
So I'm really curious, man. So look, you're gonna have to switch guitars.
Yeah,
because I want to hear if it has that.
I just need to check because I got to start.
Oh yeah, no worries.
It is 2 o'clock.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah. So what we will do. So I have a feeling it's going to need more.
We have to do so. We're going to measure. I'm going to measure those pickups.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to get inductance reading off of them, and then we're going to get a hot pickup into this. Not saying that's not, but whatever guitar you have with a hot pickup.
Yeah, we'll do the PRS next day.
We need to do a drive, something that's going to push the amp and see then if it still maintains that definition. Because right now, I don't know, is it the guitar that's maintaining that definition or is it the amp?
Yeah.
Because that's some serious gain that you're throwing to it, and there's still clarity in between the notes.
It's nuts, right?
It is nuts, man. So awesome, brother.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Another great day. Thank you.
It is, man.
Yeah.
I'm Tom.
I'm Trey.
It's just live without that, man. But it's always good to see you. And it's good stuff, man.
Yeah. Thank you, Tom.
Yeah, no, thanks you, dude. It's awesome.
Thing sounds amazing.
It is.
Thank y'all.
It is absolutely amazing.